Well, welcome back to Carolina Saltwater Living, y'all. SNAP benefits, welfare benefits, food vouchers are getting ready to run out. Be scared, be very, very scared. That's what we're hearing anyways. We're going to talk about it. Y'all, thanks for stopping in. Hit the like if you don't mind. Subscribe if you don't mind. Let's talk about it. So there's a whole lot of worry out there right now amongst a lot of law-abiding, hard-working Americans because they are worried to death that come November the 1st, when they go to spend their hard-earned paycheck on their groceries for 2 weeks, for the month, however it is, that they're going to be met with people robbing and stealing and knocking them over the head in the parking lot to steal their groceries. Now to that I say what I have always said. If you are a married couple and you still go to the store to buy groceries and don't have a program that brings them out to you, like the Walmart delivery service or something like that, go as a pair. Common sense, y'all. Go as a pair. Exercise all of your rights to protect yourself and your family. Avoid going to the store at certain times of the day. The best time to go grocery shopping, this is just common sense advice, y'all, is early in the morning. The reason I say that is because in my background, I do not recall having a lot of larceny calls in grocery stores first thing in the morning. It was usually after 10 or 11 in the morning, once the crowd that's going to be stealing and thieving got out of bed because they weren't working a job. Go early in the morning. During the week if you can. Not everybody can do that. If you can't, just make sure you go as a pair. I wouldn't go to the store at midnight if you have an all-night grocer. I know a lot of people do that. It used to be popular at one time, even around where we're at, because you're like, there's nobody in there. Well, I'll tell you who's in there. Crackheads are in there. Try to stay away from them at that time of the night. They're open so they can stock shelves. Yeah, you can get in and out, but if you run into the wrong crowd, you could have a situation on your hands. I used to walk through the Walmart when I would be on duty at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And it seems like it never failed. I would run into somebody trying to steal something. You end up having to chase somebody. It was always a little bit of excitement. But you don't need that kind of excitement for yourself. So there's some common sense advice. Shop early in the morning. Go as a pair. If you are single, have a friend go with you. Another thing I'll say about going shopping at the grocery store, doesn't matter if these SNAP benefits are running out here November 1 or not. You should always be aware of your surroundings. Hypervigilance, that's one thing I have never shook. Even now, oh goodness, over 3 years out of law enforcement. I don't shake it. I can't sit down in a public place with my back to a wall. I can't hop out of a vehicle at a gas station or a grocery store without scanning around to see who's in the parking lot. I can't even go inside and focus on one thing without wanting to look around. You need to be vigilant. Keep your eyes on your surroundings. That's important whether these benefits are running out temporarily or long term or not. You need to have your eyes on everybody that surrounds you, so that you can see, that doesn't look quite right. Maybe I need to move away from that. Or you'll see something coming and actually be prepared to defend yourself if need be. Lisa was telling me that the governor of Louisiana is rolling out a program, I think a program they already have, just for situations like this. And they have said the first couple of days, the people getting benefits are the elderly and the disabled. After that, at some time, it'll be people with kids. I think that's smart. Take care of those that really can't take care of themselves. First and foremost, it's biblical at that, y'all, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute, but a lot of people are up in arms. They're like, I got kids to feed. Well, let's talk about work. We'll talk about work too, Al, while we at it. Brings up 2 Thessalonians, since you asked. I'm being facetious. I know you didn't ask, but you know I'm going to give it to you. If you've come across our channel at all, you know that I'm going to share something from the Word. Well, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, Paul is talking to the people of Thessalonica, and he's talking about how while we were there with you, we worked. We didn't ask for anything, even though it could have been given to us because we earned it. But we get on down into chapter 3 here, and it shows in verse 9, we did this not because we do not have the right to such help, talking about working and getting something in return for it, but in order to offer ourselves as a model for you to imitate. For even when we were with you, we gave you this rule: the one who is unwilling to work shall not eat. We hear that some among you are idle and disruptive. Who's been seeing all the TikToks? I don't have TikTok, Instagram, any of that stuff, but I've been seeing that stuff, y'all. We're going to steal this come that day. We're going to knock you in the head at your car come that day and take your food. We're just going to walk out of here with grocery bags full of food. Some are idle and disruptive. Even some popular YouTube channels, all they do is feed off of your fear. That's how they are lining their pockets. And some of you are going to say, you're doing the same thing right here. No, I'm not. Here's one thing that sets Carolina Saltwater Living, me, Matthew, apart from the rest of them. I share the gospel with you. I share the good news, the hope. I share common sense approaches about how to handle these types of situations. I don't just scare you to death and make you think that everything's coming to an end on November the 1st or any other day. I share the good news, y'all, which is, I heard it last night from my buddy Jimmy Root in Missouri. He's a preacher. Last Days Awakenings. He was talking about how even lots of people in the Christian faith today, instead of looking for Jesus to return, they're looking at all this junk. The space rocks in the atmosphere, the Atlas thing, Apophis. They're looking at these SNAP benefits. They're looking at the prime rate on mortgages. They're looking everywhere but to Jesus. It truly is a sign of the times, y'all. I do believe that the wheat is being separated from the chaff, and really has been for a long time, especially since probably about 2019 or 2020, somewhere along in there. But it still continues to be that way. Get your mind on Christ. Look up. He is your deliverer. He's coming soon. Take special note of anyone who does not obey our instruction in this letter. Do not associate with them, in order that they may feel ashamed. Yet do not regard them as an enemy, but warn them as you would a fellow believer. What he's saying here is, yes, have compassion, but people need to understand that you've got to work if you're going to eat. Now, we know that that's not the case for everybody. Not everybody can. There are legitimate cases where people cannot work. People that are amputees, people with terminal conditions, people with all sorts of physical impairments that will not allow them to work, whether that is mental or physical. But in the scheme of things, the majority of persons that are adults do have the capacity to work. Now, and some will say, well, we can't find a job. We can't find a job. Well, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't find a job you want. There are jobs. It may be processing chickens for 8 hours a day in a plant somewhere, side to side with a bunch of folks slinging hot water over you and chicken feathers. It may be working in a mill. It may be cleaning toilets. I've done it. It may be cleaning toilets. It may be something you don't want to do, but it is work. And with that paycheck comes a sense of satisfaction, knowing that you have earned it and now you can go spend it to benefit yourself and your family. I like what this governor in Louisiana is doing. I believe you should look after widows and orphans. That's biblical. And some of those folks will fall into that category. Widows, not always elderly, but most of the time they are. Orphans. Y'all, we're told, if you want to be religious, take care of widows and orphans. That's a good thing to do. But when it comes to folks that are making their little short videos about how they're going to steal from everybody else, Lord, if they got time to make these videos and hop around like they're doing, drive around like they're doing, they got time to work a job too. Like I said, it may be something they don't want to do. I saw where the governor of South Carolina, just a little ways away from us here, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, they have a program there, usually for hurricane relief, things of that nature, but they're going to open it up and they're going to provide assistance to those that qualify in the short term or the long term, however long it takes. I don't know. I don't understand how politicians are so vile that they would use actual people that need something, talking about the SNAP benefits, the actual people, not the people that are fully capable of working, how they could use those people as a tool for their own agenda. And when I say their own, they're not for us, Republican or Democrat. They are not for us. So I've hit on the bad news. I've given you some common sense tips on how to be prepared when you go to the grocery store at any time, not just when there's a crisis taking place. But I'm going to share with you the good news now if you've stuck around this long. And if you have been on this channel at all, you know that I like to share the good news, y'all. Romans 10:9. I'm going to show you how simple it is to be born again. Romans 10:9. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Simple, y'all. And some people say, it's not simple, it's not simple. None of that stuff's simple. Some people say, none of that's the truth, it's all a lie. They'll say that man wrote that and it's imperfect. No, God inspired the word that was written by men. I don't defend or have arguments with people in the comment section. But the only thing that I will defend is the simplicity of the gospel. Tells you right there. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, hit the like. Consider subscribing to the channel. I know that most people watch videos like this when I put them out. They don't always watch the cooking videos or fishing videos. I'm not a one-trick pony around here, neither Lisa or I. We like doing a variety of things, y'all. That's why we're called Carolina Saltwater Living. We show you how we're living down here in the southeast coast of North Carolina. Come along. We have fun. We laugh a little bit. We've cried a little bit. And y'all, we just want to build an actual community here online where you can feel encouraged. Guys, have a good day and a great week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too high. We will see you on the next one.